This is a calm before the social media storm. This is 2000 all over again. The internet came out, it had a lot of hype, the market crashed, people didn't see returns, and people left it. Borders didn't believe in it. They gave Amazon the infrastructure. They're out of business. Blockbuster didn't believe in it. They let Netflix come in and put them out of business. Social media has had a lot of hype the last 2 years. The next 3 are going to be soft because people are not going to figure out the ROI, and then people are going to be put out of business, and huge businesses are going to blow up and explode and take over in 2013, 14, 15.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Wow.
So who are you?
I'm Mark Zuckerberg.
I ask everybody that.
Yeah,
So.
there you go. That's good. I founded and I run Facebook.
I'm noticing a lot of businesses look like 1994, and I'm trying to get them to see that there's something new happening. What are you seeing happen, and how are you seeing how small businesses can get into this new world?
Well, I think that there are a lot of really interesting trends that are going on. I mean, one of the most important ones is just that there's more information that people are sharing now, right? So whether you're a person or you're running a small business or you're running a large business, there's probably a lot more information out there about you, right? And a lot of that through tools like Facebook, you can control that, right? So you get to say what information you want to have on your profile, what photos you want to share. If you're a business, you can now have a voice through blogs and things like Twitter that you couldn't before, and things like Facebook, obviously. And it's a pretty exciting time.
Yeah. Your dad was a dentist, right?
He is a dentist.
He is a dentist still. A lot of times when I'm talking to small business people and planes and stuff like that, and I tell them you should use Facebook Connect and have people on your homepage, they look at me like I'm some sort of alien, right? What advice would you give to somebody like your dad to get into this world?
Well, I think the interesting thing about it is, people have shared information for a long time, but the real thing that makes up someone's identity is the set of people who they're connected with, right? So, on Facebook, I know who you are because I know who the people are who you know, and which friends we have in common, and what things you like, and all these just different connections. And so, when you have a website, just having someone be able to come and log in gives you some information about them and some context on who they are. But through things like Facebook Connect, you can really understand who the person is and be able to tailor your product to it, whether it's saying, if you're a dentist for that case, here are other people who you know who have visited, and maybe ask them what they think, or here's what they think. There's probably that information online somewhere. So just some way of making it so that all the stuff is interconnected just makes people trust things more, right? So for example, to use the dentist thing again, if you go to a dentist and you can see what your friends thought of it, then that would obviously help out. If you're buying something on eBay or Craigslist, to be able to go and see, okay, here's the person who's selling the item, here's their track record of selling, that's really valuable. But also, here are people who I know who know them, right? That's like that type of interconnection gives you a really clean sense of their identity and who they really are, and allows you to build more trust with them.
Yeah, I've been telling people that you've already built the white pages, right? Everybody I know is on Facebook.
Well, 200 million of them.
200, pretty much everybody I know is on. I don't know very many people who aren't on Facebook. I mean, to give you a story, my wife's friends who she grew up with in Iran, 30 years ago, are all on Facebook. I mean, it's a worldwide phenomenon. Everybody who I touched is on Facebook. And now it seems like Facebook is trying to turn to integrating businesses in. How are you thinking about it? What's your philosophy of where Facebook is going to go with that in the future?
Well, if you think about this graph, right? I mean, the social graph is really the core of what we do, and it's like our philosophy of the world and how things are interconnected is really embedded in that. So the idea is that people don't exist in isolation. You are the set of things that you're connected with. It's your real identity, and these are real connections that you have. And part of that is that we're connected and we're both people. But another part of that is that I like Green Day, for example, or I go to my dad as my dentist. And we've really focused a lot on building out the people element of that. And I think the user growth all over the world shows that, and that part has gone really well. But I think a big part of it now is just understanding what those other things are, right? So, we're both connected to this Green Day thing. What is that, right? For someone else who wants to see. So that's why recently we've been focused a lot on pages and public profiles, and making it so that anyone, whether it's just politicians, local businesses, people who want to have a voice for just all these different things, can use that and build those out on Facebook, because ultimately just being able to map out all those things in one graph is just going to be really valuable for understanding what all these people and things are and what they're doing.
Yeah.